Now coming to the next one, that is the origin and evolution of humans. So coming to the next one, that is the origin and evolution of humans. Origin and evolution of means origin and evolution of humans. So here the humans, you know that origin of evolution is taken place, that is first formed the species which are present. Origin of evolution of human beings are taken place in East Africa. So here origin is taken place, that is evolution, that is origin of humans are first taken place in East Africa. In East Africa. It is taken place in an East on Africans. It is taken place where here the origin of the men. Here we know that the humans are taken place from the primates. They are under the primates, where here the primates includes apes, monkeys, as well as the human beings. So they are considered under a class, that is primates, that are called as primates, where the evolution of humans are taken place. Here the evolution, when evolution is taken place, here it takes place the 3 million years back, that is in human evolution is taken place only 3 million years back only. 3 million years back is taken place, where here the studying of the human beings. It is a branch of biology where the studying of human beings, the studying of humans is called anthropology. So here what is anthropology means? It is a study of human beings. So that is a study of human beings we can call as anthropology, that is related with the paleontology. So here it is related with paleontology, that is the fossil remains, where together we can call as paleo, together we can call this as anthropology. That is the studying about the fossil remains of the humans with related with the human beings. So that here we can call as the paleoanthropology, where it is a branch of the studying of humans as well as the fossil remains, that is the ancestral forms of the humans, where they are studying. Together we can call as the paleoanthropology. So here when these forming is taken place, that means that paleoanthropology, here the humans, the evolution of humans are classified into 4 types. They are divided into 4 types. One is ancestral apes, primitive apes, and third one is the primitive ape men. Here ancestral apes, ape men, primitive men, as well as a modern men. Here these are ape men, primitive men. First one is ancestral apes. Second one is ape men, and the third one is primitive men, and last one is a modern men. So these are the humans are classified into 4 types. One is ancestral apes, ape men, primitive man and the modern amends. Now coming to the first one, that is ancestral apes. And also here the ape man, that is the Hominidae, that means the humans which are belongs to that, they are belongs to the word Hominidae. Hominidae means Hominidae, that is here it includes the members of the whole members which are presenting here. The Hominidae describe total membered species of human beings or human family that lived since from the ancestral of both men and apes. That means here it includes the ancestor, that means here the family members of the apes and men are included. So that is called as Hominidae. Here it can be Hominidae. Hominidae means it relates to the word hominidae. Hominidae. Here it relates an individual species, that is individual of the family is called as hominid. Hominidae, individual members of the family we can call as the Hominidae. And Hominidae means here a total number of species that are presenting, including the ancestral forms of an organism, that is apes and the men together, total that is total family members which are presenting in the ancestral, along with the ancestral forms of the apes and men together we can call as Hominidae. And hominid means here individual members present in a family, that is we can call as the hominid, where it is divided into four types. One is ancestral forms, ancestral apes, ape men, primitive men, and as well as the modern amends. Now coming to the ancestral apes, that is the first one. So here ancestral apes. Here the ancestral apes means these are the first formed the ancestral forms of the amends, that is and human beings, where here we can call as an ancestral. Ancestral means from these only the organism, the men's development are taken place. So we can call them as the ancestral apes, where here these are divided into three types: Parapithecus, Propleopithecus, as well as the Diopithecus. The Parapithecus are formed at the period of 440 million years ago. These are forms, and Propleopithecus are formed on 30 million years ago, and Diopithecus are formed 20 million ago. But here brain capacity, they cannot know the brain capacity, but will having the characteristic features. What it means? Winkle walkers. Winkle means here they are joining of the limbs. That means the joints of the limbs are taken place. So they are called as winkle walkers. Canines are large. Arms and legs are equal in size and feed on soft fruits and leaves. So these are the organisms where that means the Parapithecus, Propleopithecus, as well as the Diopithecus, they are feeding on the soft fruits, that is fruits and leaves. They are taken place as the food materials. And here the arms and legs means forelimbs and hind limbs are equal in size. And also the canines means here these are helpful for you know that canines are developed for the tearing of milk, but they are larger in size. And here the concluded walker, that means the walker means they having the joints are connected with that means the digits are connected with joints. So they are called as concluded walkers. Next, second one is the ape men. Here ape men is divided into two types. One is Ramapithecus as well as the Australopithecus. Here the Ramapithecus are developed at the period of 14 to 15 million years ago. These are formed, and the Australopithecus are formed of 5 million years ago. And here the brain capacity of the Ramapithecus does not be known, but the characters are they are walked similar to the gorillas as well as the chimpanzees. That means they are walking like a chimpanzee as well as gorillas they walked, and the canines were smaller. That means here in apes the canines are large, but in ape-mens the canines are very small, while molars were large. The molars are large. Why means they are helpful for grinding. The molars are mainly meant for grinding, so that they are helpful for grinding, and they feed on the seeds and nuts. So that the seeds and nuts are very hard in nature, so that to grind that, here the canines are a well development will be taken place when compared to the canines. Here canines are not helpful for cut, they are helpful for only tearing of meat only. But here the canines are mainly molars are helpful for the grinding the food material. So here grinding means the seeds, while they are taking the food materials in the form of the seeds and nuts, so that here they have to grind, so their well development is taken place in Ramapithecus. And if it taken place Australopithecus, the brain capacity will be 450 cc cubic centimeters. It is the brain capacity is 450 cc centimeters it is presenting, and here the hunted with stones weapons lie. That means stone weapons they make. The stones are used for the weapons to kill the animals. That means to kill the animals they are used of the stone weapons. Lived on the trees. That means they live on the trees and the places of trees, on the top of the trees they having the capacity to live in these places. And the canines and incisors were the smaller. That means the canine and incisors. Canines and incisors means here the canine incisors, these are helpful for cutting the food materials, and the canines they are helpful for tearing of meat. So when they are hunted with the stone weapons, these here they use the food materials are in the form of the meat will be taken place in this in the Australopithecus. Next, coming to the third one, that is a primitive man. Now coming to the third one, that is a primitive man. So here primitive man is differentiated into two types. One is Homo habilis, or otherwise we can call them as handy men, and second one is we can call as Homo erectus, and third one is Homo neanderthalensis, or we can call as neanderthal men. So here Homo habilis or handymans, they are the period of 2 million to the 1.7 million years, and here brain capacity is 650 to 800 cc, and the features are they are fully fractured. That means the body is fully developed, and the canines were the small, and they were the first tool makers. That means they use tools with the help of stones for the hunting of the animals. So they are called as first tool makers, and they hunted games by using tools made up of stones. They are the first place of the handy men. Next, coming to the second one, Homo erectus. Here Homo erectus means here the period is 1.7 to 34,000 years ago, and the brain capacity is 800 to 1100 cc, and they are fully erected structure. The canines were small, and also these are also the first tool makers. These are also, that means the erectus also the first tool makers, and also hunted game by using tools made up of stones. They are the Homo erectus. And the third one, neanderthal man or Homo neanderthalensis. So here these are the period is 1 lakh to the 40,000 years ago. These are presenting, and the brain capacity is 1350,000. That means 1350 cc the brain capacity. And these are the cave dwellers. Cave dwellers means these are present in the caves. So they are, if they are present in the caves, we can call them as cave dwellers, and used hides to protect their bodies. That means here when the animals are killed with the help of stones, that skin, animal skin is used to protect their body, to cover their body. So they are called as hides. Hides means the skin of the animals, which are useful for the protecting, they are called as the hides. And these are all buried of dead bodies. That means when they died, they are buried on the unearthed a surface, they are buried. And there are omnivorous. Omnivorous means the animals which can eat both the plants and animal food materials. If the organism can able to eat both plant and animal food materials, then we can call them as the omnivorous organisms. So here firstly they are the only herbivorous organisms. That means they eat fruits, leaves, nuts and seeds only. But later they used eating of the animal food materials. So here the Homo erectus or the omnivorous, they eat both of the plant as well as the animal food materials. Next, Homo neanthracis or neoanthral men. These are also called as neoanthral men, where they are having 1 lakh to the 40,000 years they are presenting, and your brain capacity is 13,500 cc. Sorry. Here in Homo erectus, the brain capacity is 800 to 1100 cc. I said 1350, but not sorry. It is 800 to 1100 cc, and here 1350. The neoanthral man capacity is 1350 cc. Here these are the cave dwellers. So these are the 3 types. That means Homo habilis, erectus as well as neoanthral men, where they are the Homo sapiens. That means here these are the first tool makers which are made up of, and with the help of the tools they use the hunting games, that is hunted games by using tools for the hunting of the animals. And also they are omnivorous. That means neoanthral men are the omnivorous, both they eat plant as well as the animal food materials. And lastly, coming to the modern man. Here modern man is differentiated into 2 types. One is Homo sapien fossilis and second one is the Homo sapien sapiens or modern man. Here Homo sapien fossilis they are presenting 18,000 years ago. The brain capacity is 1300 to 1600 cc. The brain capacity is presenting, and these are also cave dwellers. Dwellers, they are present in the caves and helpful. They are making of a painting and carvings in the caves. They make painting and carvings in the caves, and also will having a strong jaws with a teeth. How we are humans now, modern men which are having nowadays, what are the teeth we are having? The strong jaws are presenting with a teeth. They are closed in conditions, closed together, and they are developed the cultured, and where they are the first modern men. That means culture is helpful for the culturing. That means they are helpful the giving a culture for the evolution is taken place in this due to the Homo sapien fossilis. The various types of culture, the traditionals or cultures are produced by the Homo sapien fossilis. And lastly, Homo sapien sapiens modern man. Here they are presenting behind, that is less than the 8,000 million years ago. That is 1,000 years ago these are presenting, and the brain capacity is 1200 to 1650 cc of the brain capacity is presenting due to the having more developed. Here these are the animals, that means Homo sapiens are the having a high intelligent power is presenting. They are the living modern men and also with high intelligence. Having high intelligence means here a well development will be taken place when compared to all other and modern, that is ancestral forms of the men, that is a fossilis or a primitive man or ape men or ancestral apes. Here they are more advanced of these Homo sapiens. Why means here brain capacity is more when compared to the all other men. So here we are having two 1200 to 1600 brain capacity. Here a more well development, due to the well development here various types of inventions are taken place from past to the nowadays taken place. Due to the mainly that is mainly the development of the brain of humans only. And they developed art, a culture, as well as language and speech. Here language means they are having various types of the religions. Regions will having various types of region will having language. Each language will helpful for the communicating with one another with the help of language and speech. Here with the help of speech, here communication will be taken place with one another. And also they cultivated the crops. Crops means here they helpful with starting off the agriculture. Agriculture means it is a branch of science where the culturing, raising and the harvesting of the crop we can call as the agriculture. So here we are raising the seeds and we are culturing them and we are producing the seeds in the form of harvest so that we can able to benefit. This is useful for the benefit of the man, a kind for their food materials. They are getting for their food is getting for their food materials for the agriculture or cropping. They are getting food materials for themselves, not only for themselves, for other organisms, for other humans also. They are providing food materials for the an organism. So their agriculture is started in the form of croppings. And also the domesticated animals. Domesticated means here we are culturing the animals or we are taking care of animals to benefit of the a man, a kind like cow, a buffalo, a sheep or goat, a dog, a cat or any other organisms. Here we are getting a milk. We are getting able to get milk as well as meat, as well as here we are getting the hides or animal skin is used for various purpose of to producing various types of food products. So here that is mainly due to the domesticated animals. This is taken place due to the high intelligence. Here mainly a high intelligence here it helpful for from past to the a modernized world. Here a more development is taken place due to the a power of having more capacity of an intelligence, that is the brain a capacity only. So that in all organisms, here humans we can call as more intelligence organism. I means here the brain capacity is more will be taken place when compared to the other mammals. Here due to the brain development, here we have inverted various types of the products from a past to the a modernized world. So these are the an evolution of humans, that is first one is ancestral apes, second one is ape men, and third one is the primitive man, and lastly the modernized, that is modern men's. Where these are the an evolution, where here we will study about the paleoanthropology. Paleoanthropology means studying of fossil fuels of the humans. The studying of humans we can call as the anthropology, and that is related with fossil remains, so you can call as paleoanthropology. The studying of humans with related with fossil remains, so we can call as the paleoanthropology. And Homidae, where the total number of species, member species present from ancestral forms, we can call as Homidae. Hominid means the individual members which are presenting, we can call as a hominid. So this is about the topic of the evolution. So in next class we will discuss the next topic, we will discuss in the next class.